Today I want to do something that I haven't yet tried, and a lot of people have been recommending me to do, making my own coffee water. Now it's really not that hard to do, but I've been using third wave water for the past while, and it's great. Now with the Lipianka, I want to make sure that I am using the best water possible to make sure that thing lasts for a long time. I'm gonna try a recipe. We're gonna make our own coffee water at home, and it's literally 3 ingredients, and it's cheaper. And so what you don't want to do is you don't want to be wasting water that you are paying for to clean your portafilter and such. So I haven't yet invested into it. I've been using tap water, and here in Ottawa that's kind of okay. It's 30 parts per million, which is pretty soft, which isn't ideal for coffee, but it's great for machines, espresso machines, because it's non-corrosive and it doesn't create a ton of lime scale. I finally decided today I'm gonna make my own water for the first time. Thought I'd bring you along with me. Let's do it. So to make your own coffee water, it's literally 3 ingredients. Baking soda, and not to be confused with baking powder. EPSOM salts, again, not to be confused with table salt. 1 liter bottles. We're gonna actually get these and we're gonna empty them. So they just, any 1 liter bottle will do. We need 2 of those, and we need distilled water. And this is gonna create your concentrates to make your own coffee water. It's really not hard. It'll take you less than 20 minutes and you will have so much coffee water and it'll be way cheaper. Let's try this. Okay, so I have all my ingredients here, and right off the bat, this can look really intimidating. I'm gonna make this super simple so that you can make it 20 minutes, 3 ingredients. It'll be super easy and something that you can always refer to later on. And I wanna make this video so that you can make water at home and it's not scary for you. And I want this to be a video at home that you can use at any time, you can refer back to. Now this recipe works for both espresso and filter. There are a few recipes and I'm gonna link them down below so that you can refer to a couple different options if you would so please. Now, all of these recipes are following Barista Hustle's, their guides. If you haven't heard of Barista Hustle before, they've been around for a while and they've done some extensive research on brewing water. And so this isn't a recipe that I have designed. I'm not a chemist. I haven't come up with these amazing recipes, but rather some people who are much smarter and much more experienced than I am have designed. So what I'm gonna do is just take the recipe that is online, and I'm going to simplify it for you so that at home you can watch this video and make some great water at home. So this is what you're gonna need. First off, you're gonna need distilled water. You can get deionized water and you can get ultra pure water. What you're also gonna need is some EPSOM salts, and so not to be confused with table salt, I made that mistake. You also need baking soda. So what are these things used for? We're gonna have a buffer solution and a hardness solution. If you're watching this and you're a water geek, somebody who's been into creating coffee water at home for a while, this isn't gonna be new to you. We'll just make this super simple for you and I so that we can make this water. So the hardness and the buffer. So the buffer is gonna be created with the baking soda. We're gonna create that first, followed by the hardness solution, which is gonna be done by the EPSOM salts. Now, EPSOM salts are great because it's magnesium sulfate. Magnesium will not create lime scale within your coffee machines. And so my espresso machine, I wanna make sure that lasts for a long time. And so this as a hardness solution will not damage my espresso machine. And so if you have a espresso machine that you've invested a lot of money into, or even a great kettle, you wanna make sure that lasts a long time. And so using a magnesium instead of a calcium is great for a solution because it'll keep your machine healthy for a long time. What you're also gonna need is 2 1-liter jugs. I have some water bottles here. This is what you're going to put your hardness solution and your buffer solution in. We're doing 1 gallon measurements. So now here in Canada, we don't use gallon, we use liters. So we are going to use 4-liter jugs here of distilled water. Okay, so step 1 is we're going to dissolve 1.68 grams of sodium bicarbonate or baking soda into 1 liter of water. And this is going to be our buffer solution, as I mentioned earlier. You're gonna need an accurate scale for this. I'm using an Akaya Lunar. I'll link that down below. Any scale that you have will work as long as it's accurate to 0.1 gram. I've gone way over, way too much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 1 water bottle before I mix this, and I'm gonna dump 1 liter I'm gonna actually weigh this out. Again, this is distilled water that I'm pouring in here. Okay, we got exactly 1 liter there. And I'm going to take this, again, this is our buffer. I'm just gonna mix it up real quick. Now we're gonna do the same for our hardness solution. And for this one, we want 2.45 grams of EPSOM salt. If you've ever used like third wave water, consider this being like your packet. You normally take those little packets and you mix them up and then add them to 1 gallon of water. Well, instead of doing little packets, you're just going to make a concentrate and add concentrate to your water. Again, I'm just gonna shake this up and I'm gonna label it. Okay, so I've got my 2 waters here now. And now what we're going to do is actually create our solution. And so what we need to do here is actually get another bottle of distilled water. Okay, so now that I have a 4-liter bottle here, if you're in the States, maybe you have a gallon. What we wanna do here is we wanna make sure that this full gallon only has 3.5 liters of fluid in there. A full gallon is normally 3.785 liters. So I'm going to take out exactly 500 milliliters of water from mine because it's a 4-liter, but do what you need to do because we need to make sure there's enough room to put our solution into here. We're basically just removing a little bit of water so we can add our solution back into this bottle, and then you have your brew water. That's all there is to it. So right now, before we do anything, let's remove the water that we need to in this bottle. So what you are wanting for the solution in here is you're gonna wanna take 159 grams of your buffer and you're going to add that to this. And then you're gonna add 321.2 grams of your magnesium, your hardness solution. And so again, that's 159.6 of your buffer and 321.2 of your magnesium. And that's just this recipe. Again, I'm gonna link some other recipes down below, but this one is a great recipe if you want that acidity to pop, you want that coffee flavor to really shine through and to extract your coffee well. So we're gonna weigh out 159.6 grams of my buffer, and that's all nice and shaken up. Add my buffer. And then I'm gonna add 321 grams of my magnesium. Simple as that. Okay, that's it. This is awesome, especially if you want to save money. Obviously, third wave water, I'm a big advocate of it, and I'm not saying to not use that. In fact, I'll link third wave water down below because I'm a huge fan of that product and the people behind it. But this is a great option if maybe you're not able to afford third wave water. It is an expensive thing to do. This is a great option, as well as the fact that it doesn't use calcium but uses magnesium, so it's going to protect those brew boilers, which I'm a huge fan of as well. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to shake this up. I'm going to then empty the water in my Elite. I'm gonna come back to you and tell you what I think about this water. So I've been using this brew water for 10 days now. And to be honest, guys, it's pretty great. I think it's in between a third wave water acidity with a pretty mellow tap water. It's kind of right in that sweet spot. So if you want really good espresso shots, I would highly recommend trying out that recipe. Like I said below, I'm gonna link all the recipes down below. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Stuff really does matter, so it would mean the world to me. In the meantime, I hope you continue to make great coffee at home. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, comment down below. And as always, continue to brew great coffee at home.